Hello everyone, welcome to another video of Nu-Trix the Synth Guy, and today we have Dan from Screwed Circuitz, and we're going to talk about the latest pedal that they have out. Let's start with that. So Dan, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good, thank you very much.
Good. I did test this already. Actually, about a month ago, you came to see me with another version of this, and we tested it out, and it was pretty cool. It's the Flip Out Fuzz. Did we see that correctly? Yeah. Flip Out Fuzz.
Yeah.
This is all wood.
Yeah. It's handmade. It's made out of mahogany. I keep forgetting the name of the wood. So it's real mahogany. The enclosure is made out of wood. Thank you. The finish, there's no stain on the wood. It's actually the finish that turns it into that color.
It's really nice, a nice dark color, and the wood is really nice. So it's a really cool looking pedal. So what do we have? It's a fuzz. Well, that's Flip Out Fuzz.
Right. The fuzz is dominant in the sound, but then we have the fuzz. We have a level to feed to the filter. There's a resonant filter, followed by we drive the sound through it's an overdriven sound, and then we have the option to turn on the flip out option, which is, in a very simplistic way of explaining it, a gated type tremolo at a high rate speed, which gives it the kind of a feel of a ring modulator, but it's not.
It's like amp modulation.
Amplitude. Yeah.
And it's an on-off switch, so it becomes really. Actually, let's play this. this is an example with the drum, but
Yeah.
originally, how did you come up with this?
So I was experimenting with transistors, and I just wanted to make a fuzz. That's how it started. I wanted to have a vintage sound. So I started playing around with one transistor, and I came to this warm fuzz sound tone, and I was like, this is really cool. And I was working on a resonant filter as well. And so I just wanted to create something for myself. It always starts this way. I just want to make something for myself. I'll be really honest with you. I wanted to use this on a piano. That's what I wanted to do at first. So it started off that I wanted to use it on a piano. I wanted to dirty up the sound of a piano, and I remember I have footage of this. I think I was gonna call it like the black metal something. Anyways, so I like black metal. So this is the black metal pedal effect that we just finished, and we're really proud of this sound. So quick video, quick shot. Here we go. So I'm experimenting, and I have video footage I can send you if you want, where it's just like proto boards, like with the wire and the pots, and it's a big mess right on my desk. But I'm playing this cheap Casio piano through it, and at the time I ended up with a delay at the output. Instead of the flip out, I had added a delay, and it was just so atmospheric, so cold. It was a very cold sound with the delay. It was insane. So this was like in 2015. Not bad for a piano sound, n'est-ce pas? So I've been, working on other stuff, putting that project aside, bring it back, tweak it. I've been tweaking this like for 5 years, well, 4 years.
5 years.
Yeah, I'm like that. It's there's a very strong artistic side to me. So when I'm inspired, I pull it out. When I'm not inspired, I put it away, and I don't care. Then I move on to the next thing. The thing that was really cool about this prototype in 2015 is that I visited guitarists and guitar shops and stores, and I asked them if they liked this tone. So I had a guitarist plug it in and start playing with it, and the reaction was unanimous. They would all look at me and go, holy shit, how much are you going to be selling this? So I was really motivated by that reaction. I had people come into the garage and like pull out cash and just say, I'm walking out with this. And I had to say no, because it was my only prototype. And back in the day, I wouldn't take notes, or I wouldn't draw schematics. It was all up here. I wouldn't take, I would just remember as soon as I pull out a circuit, I'd go, oh yeah, okay, let's go. And I would just build. So for them to leave with my prototype was impossible.
So this is interesting, because it means that this one was designed like 5 years ago. There must be a difference between the original one you did 5 years ago and the one that you have today. You've been through different versions, or?
Yeah, and adjustments.
You said that the original one, the first one, has a delay in it.
Yeah.
This one, the flip out, is an amplitude shifting. It's basically on off with a square wave
at a high rate.
And then you control the speed of the square wave. Is that
right?
So this is really
exactly
like a gate, super high speed gate that gives you like an amplitude modulation.
Right.
That's why it sounds like digital and crunchy.
Yeah.
That's the cool part.
And I liked it. For some people it is. Like for us, you and I, like I know you a bit, right? So I know that we love that type of stuff. But most of the guitarists that touch my Flip Out Fuzz, they're kind of afraid of it at first. And then they adopt it when they start doing like a lead over it. then they go, oh, this could be interesting. Okay, then they get it. But the first reaction is always the same. I get a guitarist trying it out. He does a chord. He plays a chord through the flip out, and it becomes this huge mess, which I enjoy. But
this, even without the flip out, the rest of it really sounds good. You know, the fuzz is a cool fuzz, and the filter is a really cool sounding filter. I think I have an example with a synthesizer. The filter is really nice, the fuzz is cool, and the flip out, you need to find where it fits because it becomes really noisy. And if you want something melodic, it's harder to play with, but you can find these sweet spots when it really aggressive. It's just so nice.
It's amazing. I love it. I love it with the guitar. I'm like, when you hit it with the guitar and you detune that guitar and you just tune your flip out to the sweet spot, and there's just something amazing about that guitar that sounds so dark, and like crank it up till I could get feedback with the guitar, and then it just blows my mind every time when I do that. It's just the filter on the guitar is amazing. What it does to the guitar sound as well is pretty awesome.
You put the effort into making something like that. I mean, I really like the sound of it. I like, I mean, it looks really nice. You know, it's a cool piece to have in your kit.
I wanted to make something that you could just leave on your coffee table and it would look cool. Or you would put it in the corner and it would look cool. And it's handmade, man. I mean, you know, we assemble it ourselves. We glue everything together. We take a lot of time to make it nice, and
it makes me think of these nice cigar boxes.
Yeah, it's true.
But with some attitude.
Yeah.
The sound, the filter, I'm amazed. I've been using it through, synthesizer through it, and I played with drums also through it, like we heard. I'm gonna test stuff, like I'm gonna send like just one sound into it, like from a TR8S. There's separate outputs, so I might just send one output through this, and like just having the snare being hit with it, or just having the hi-hat, or just having the kick, and because it's just if I use it this way, it becomes a sound design tool. It's not an effect pedal anymore, because the amp, the flip out is basically a modulation on the sound. And it's really just a sound design tool. So, and I just like when you drive it really hard, and you play with the high rate and you play with the filter, is it becomes really aggressive. And when you
Don't you find that it becomes like one sound? Like you feel like it becomes one at that moment, and that's what I like. That's what I love creating, whether it's circuit bending or anything. I've played with multi-effects before, and sometimes you're playing with multi-effects, and it sounds like you could tell each effect separately when you're listening to it. It's almost like it's so clean and proper and crisp, and that you can guess all the chain of effects that are into that whatever it is that is playing. Whereas when I'm making something, I want it to sound like one unique sound. I don't want you to be able to guess what I'm doing.
okay,
That's my challenge. People can guess anyways, and maybe I'm off. I don't know, but I feel like I always try my best to create this unique sound. That's why I go back to what I said before. It's not coming out of here until I'm happy with it, you know?
well, I'm happy that you're happy, because when it comes out, it's a cool piece of gear.
Yeah, I
And
think so
then
too. When I build something, and this is the truth, like, well, everything I said was the truth, but I mean, tout ce que je fais, c'est pour créer de l'inspiration. That's what I want to do. I want my thing to inspire you, because that's the point I wanted to bring. I wanted to say to you, especially with today's video, when I watched you today, the part I saw, it amazes me that you're enjoying my box when you have a bajillion plugins to fuck around with. And yet, this wooden box piece, you're actually thinking of adding like one instrument through it while you're doing your mix, and you're thinking, and for me, that's what I want to do. I want to make a box that you're going to go, oh my God, I can create something with this.
that is pretty cool. I mean, and you have to understand that one of the reasons that boxes are interesting is that not a lot of people have them. But what I mean by that is if I have this, well, there's not 5,000 people who have it. You know, if I have this, not 5,000 people have it. So every time you have a hardware piece, you're more unique or different, because not everybody has it. Compared to plugin, everybody has a plugin, you know, and everybody sounds at one point not the same, but they use the same artifice, so they get to their sound. But I mean, this doesn't sound like anything else. This has its own bizarre twist to it, and that's really cool, you know. And if you don't want the bizarre stuff, you turn it off.
I had made that box, for this project, for this, we knew we were going to put out a series. I don't even know if we had the name yet. Probably not. No, we didn't have the name yet. But there was no flip out. So you had the filter, the fuzz, the filter, and the drive, and it was cool, but it wasn't Screwed Circuitz.
Okay.
Like, it was cool, but it didn't have that Screwed Circuitz edge. I don't want to sound like every other pedal out there, right? I don't want to resemble someone. I want to be me. Mm-hmm. So I said to Cassie, I said, okay, well, it's cool, but let's just I want to add, so we knew we weren't going to put the delay on it, because we wanted to keep the box small, and I didn't want to, we were on another project with a delay, so I said, let's just keep it dry, no delay. But I said, maybe a tremolo. Let's just do a tremolo on it at the output, or let's just have fun with it. Let's just build a tremolo and just go around where it would fit the best. And so we make the tremolo, and it sounded really nice. But again, it sounded like a lot of pedals I've heard before. And I was like, well, okay, it's nice. And then I said, there was always it was a tremolo, but you had the leak of the original sound, the straight sound coming out as well. So I said, you know what? I want to gate it. I want it to be like a gate, like on-off tremolo. So let's cut it. But then it was so cut, and it's so full, it's so rich as a sound, that it was hard to tell when I was changing chords. Like, I was testing it out with the guitar, and I was like, geez, I can't even hear my chord change with the gate. Oh, yeah. It was so cut and dry. And then it just dawned on me. I just I wonder what a high rate speed would be on a on a gate, how it would sound. And then we started exploring this, and I was like, oh, this is it. This is going to be weird, and people might not like it, but I like it, and it sounded cool. And I was like, okay, this is it. This is what we're working on. This is Screwed Circuitz now. I like this, but I didn't want to impose it on people either. I wanted it to be like an option. If you like it, turn it on. You don't like it, get it out of there, and just continue with that warm tone.
That's it. That's what's cool about this is that by itself, without the fuzz, without the flip out, everything else sounds really nice. You know, and the fuzz, the drive, the filter, and I personally really like the filter because it just sounds round and it's a you know, it's a cool sounding resonance filter. And then when you turn on the flip, it's just you're in another space. You're somewhere else.
Yeah.
So it's really rich in the option that you have, and at the same time, it's very simple. You know, there's not a lot of things to do. I mean, you turn the knob and then you play it. And when you get to the flip out, it took me a while to actually find ways to use it correctly. You know, and the way I see it being used correctly.
Right.
There's no correct or bad in this.
No. I get it.
But it's easy to get just a noisy sound, and I wanted something that I could actually follow a little bit. So you're actually playing by ear until it sounds like it fits, because probably there is a time relationship between the speed and the note I'm playing.
Right, and the filter, and the resonance.
And the resonance. So it becomes, at one point you get the sweet spot and you go, that's the sound, and then you don't touch it and it just like, it screams, you know, it's really nice.
I love that look in your face. That's what I love. Man, and it's exactly that. It's like you get your tone, the note you're playing, you get the resonance coming in, and then you get the flip out added to it, and there's just something really awesome about that tone.
I'm really happy with this unit. You know, it looks good, sounds good, it's unique. The flip out is just bizarre and fun. The rest of it is just a well executed, you know, drive, fuzz, and filter. So it's a really cool piece. If somebody wants to buy it today, where do they go?
They go either to MoogAudio or La Zone Musicale. To keep it simple, they can even go to Screwed Circuitz because all the links are there as well. Okay. So you can read about it a bit.
So today people can buy this, or they can buy... Where's the other one? I'm dropping everything. Or this
the liquid
one.
Drone? Yeah.
So this is also for sale, the liquid drone. Well, it was very nice having you again on the show.
Thanks, man.
And
thanks for
next time you've got another piece coming out, you tell us, and we'll talk about it. And so Flip Out Fuzz, for anybody who wants a unique piece of fuzz, filter, drive, and just weird amplitude modulation. Flip Out.
Thanks. Oh, this is like a whole new level of professionalism here.
That's it. It's being recorded. How do I do this? Like this. Yeah.
You gotta stop giving me toys and stuff because it's gonna distract me at one point.
Put them aside. Every time my kids are cleaning up their space, they say this, so I'll keep that for Dan. And then I'm putting stuff aside for you.
That's awesome. I'm still a kid at heart, getting all these toys. It's like, but then I turned them into instruments.
That's it.
But I wanted to...
I lost you.
Came up with... All right, man.
Bye, man.
Talk to you soon. Okay.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.